What is up, my friends? Welcome back to your average gent. It's your boy Evan. Times are hard, man. Some of you might be going through hardships, or some of you, your loved ones or your friends, may be going through hard times. For many people, life is not gonna be easy for this period of time. And if you have been following my videos and being a total gentleman, people are gonna come to you for comfort. But being there for someone and comforting someone, it is an art. There's a right way to do it and there's a wrong way to do it. People are usually really vulnerable when they come to you for comfort. And if you're not careful, you might say something wrong and you might hurt their feelings instead of making them feel better. But it's okay, I got you covered. In today's video, I'm gonna be talking about the 5 tips to comfort someone like a gentleman. And if that sounds interesting, let's begin. The first tip to comfort someone is to stop saying, "I know exactly how you feel." What is even worse is by following up with telling your own stories of how you had a similar situation in the past and how you have overcame it. Everyone's situation is different, right? Even if you have experienced similar things, no two person can feel exactly the same. And even if you think that it is similar enough, it has probably already passed a long time ago and you probably are not gonna recall exactly how you feel at the moment. So I want you to see that it is really impossible to know exactly how the other person is feeling right now. When you say, "I know how you feel," what you're actually doing is steering the focus away from your friend to yourself. You are subtly telling them, "Nah, it's not that bad. If I can come through, so can you." Whereas your friend probably just wanna be heard. On to the second tip to comfort someone, and that is, do not give them any advice unless it is solicited. Oftentimes when we hear our friends complain about their lives, or when they tell us the hardships or the obstacles that they are going through or facing, our tendency is to immediately jump in and be the white knight to give our advices and our recommendations. This is actually also another way to hijack the conversation, to shift the focus from your friend to yourself. Now, you might be thinking that you're doing your friend a favor by telling them what to do, but what you're actually doing is making them feel worse about themselves by telling them, "Oh, you should do this or you should do that," instead of letting them vent their feelings. However, if the other person specifically asks you to help them out or to give them advices on how they should move on, then by all means give your opinions and your suggestions. If not, keep the advices to yourself first. On to tip number 3 to comfort someone is to encourage them to talk more. This ties in perfectly with tip number 1 and number 2, which is to let the focus be on them. Ask them questions. Tell me more. During any conversation, there are 2 kinds of responses that you can give, right? A shift response or a support response. A shift response, as the name suggests, it shifts the attention back to yourself. Whereas a support response supports the comment of the other person. An example of the shift response: "Oh man, I have so much work." "Yo, me too, man. I'm totally overwhelmed." An example of the support response: "Oh man, I have so much work." "Wow, man, I can totally tell, right? What are you working on right now?" Another example of the shift response: "I need a new laptop, man. Mine just stopped working." "You know what? Me too, man. Mine is so lagging. It is just horrible." An example of the support response: "Man, I need a new laptop. Mine just stopped working." "Oh man, that sucks. How did it happen? And what kind of new laptop are you looking at?" As you can see, shift responses constantly shift the attention back to yourself. But a support response encourages the other person to continue on what they are talking about. It lets them know that you are listening and that you're interested to find out more. Now, of course, in a normal conversation, you want to keep a mixture of shift and support responses to keep the conversation 50-50, which means both parties have the opportunity to talk 50% of the time. But when you're consoling or comforting someone, try to ask questions and encourage the other person to talk more. For yourself, listen more and talk less. On to the 4th tip to comfort someone is to use the power of touch. Now this one is tricky, right? You have to make sure that both of you are comfortable with each other and you guys are close to each other, which I assume you guys are since they come to look for you for comfort. So when they come to you, put your arm around them, bring them in and give them a hug. Use your physical touch to let them know that, hey, I'm here for you. There are so many benefits of physical touch, right? For example, it reduces social anxiety and stress. It increases the level of dopamine and serotonin, which are the two neurotransmitters that help to regulate your mood, as well as to help your body release stress and anxiety. Research has also shown that physical touch can boost your immune system and lower your blood pressure. Now, research aside, don't you just feel good when you get a hug? Last but not least, the fifth tip to comfort someone is to always keep in mind that all they simply need is a listening ear and your time. So just be patient with your friend, hear them out, and acknowledge what they're going through. Don't force them to listen to your stories and your advices. Your friend just needs to be heard. And that is basically it. The 5 tips to comfort your friend like a gentleman. If you found this video helpful, make sure to help your boy out and smash that thumbs up button for the YouTube algorithm. And if you're new to this channel, make sure to click the subscribe button below and turn on the notification bell, because I will be dropping at least 2 new dope videos every single week and you don't want to miss it, man. Once again, my name's Evan. Stay safe, my friends, and I'll see each and every single one of you in my next video. Bam!